Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Mark Lynn. Namaskar. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Maldives President Muizu watch the first rupee on payment transaction as India's RuPay service is introduced in the Maldives. All preparations in place for counting of votes to the assemblies of Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana. A year since the dastardly terror attack on Israel, people still wait for hostages to be released and they urge for a ceasefire. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Maldivian President Mohamed met in India's national capital, New Delhi, on Monday. The two leaders held extensive discussions to further deepen ties on a range of areas, including development partnership, energy, trade, financial linkages, and defense cooperation. The two leaders witnessed the exchange of several MOUs in the area of combating corruption, judiciary, and youth and sports. Addressing the press meet with the President, Prime Minister Modi underscored that India is Maldives' closest neighbor and friend and holds an important place in the Neighborhood First policy and Sagar outlook. The Prime Minister noted that India has always played the role of first responder for the Maldives.
मालदीव के संबंध सदियों पुराने हैं और भारत मालदीव का सबसे करीबी पड़ोसी और घनिष्ठ मित्र देश है। हमारी नेबरहुड फर्स्ट पॉलिसी और सागर विजन ने मालदीव का महत्वपूर्ण स्थान है इन दोनों में। भारत ने सदैव मालदीव के लिए फर्स्ट रिस्पॉन्डर की भूमिका निभाई है, चाहे मालदीव के लोगों के लिए एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज की जरूरत पूरा करना हो, प्राकृतिक आपदा के समय पीने का पानी उपलब्ध कराना हो, कोविड के समय वैक्सीन देने की बात हो। भारत ने हमेशा अपने पड़ोसी होने के दायित्व को निभाया है।
The Maldivian President Mohamed thanked Prime Minister Modi and the people for their support, noting that India is a crucial partner for the Maldives' infrastructure development. President Muizu also said that he looked forward to the conclusion of the free trade agreement with India.
We look forward to concluding the free trade agreement with India, which will enable us to harness the full economic potential between our countries and to increase Indian investments in both our tourism and various sectors of development.
The Maldives introduced India's RuPay service. Prime Minister Modi and the Maldives President Mohamed witnessed the first such transaction. Prime Minister Modi and President inaugurated a new runway as well as the Hani Madhu Airport in Maldives. The inauguration of the Hani Madhu International Airport runway was funded by a US $132 million line of credit by India, and it marks a significant step in enhancing bilateral ties. India has handed over 700 social housing units as well, built under the Exim Bank's buyer credit facility. The handover of the housing units in Hulhumale in Phase 2 will further deepen the partnership, acting as a pivotal moment in the relationship between the two nations. Briefing the media about the delegation-level talks between the Prime Minister and the President, the Foreign Secretary of India, Vikram Misri, said that the relationship between the two countries is historic, which has been built on people-to-people connect.
Maldives has always been a key part, an integral part of India's neighborhood first policy and our vision for Sagar, security and growth for all in the region. The relationship is historic. It's been underpinned by very close people-to-people relations, by trade and economic relations, and by a very, very substantive developmental partnership between the two countries.
The Foreign Secretary also said that India has always fulfilled the responsibility of a neighbor and has stood by the Maldives as a first responder in any crisis.
India has also, very importantly, been the first responder to any crisis in Maldives. Whether it be the attempted coup in 1988, the tsunami in 2004, the Malay water crisis in 2014, or indeed the COVID-19 pandemic a few years ago.
The Foreign Secretary also said that the vision document agreed by both the leaders is a blueprint for the relationship that will go on for many years.
This is a blueprint for relations that has been charted out for the next several years and provides a framework for the ongoing visit. The document also aims to bring together the objectives for India's own development as have been set out under the Viksit Bharat 2047 plan and Maldives' own action plan and objectives to become a developed country by 2040.
India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi completes 23 years in public office today, a tenure marked by a series of ambitious schemes and initiatives. Modi's journey from Chief Minister of Gujarat to the Prime Minister of India has been characterized by bold initiatives, technological leaps and the reimagining of India's place on the global stage. His tenure as Gujarat Chief Minister has laid the foundation for many national-level programs, from economic reforms to environmental conservation. His Gujarat model inspired initiatives that were later scaled up across the country. As India's Prime Minister, Modi has maintained a focus on development while preserving heritage. Commemorating the Prime Minister's 23 years in constitutional office, Amit Shah, who is the Home Minister of India, took to X and shared his thoughts. He congratulated Prime Minister for dedicating his life to the country and countrymen without stopping, without getting tired, without caring for himself. Instead of looking at the programs in pieces, he presented the vision of a holistic solution to the country. The Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri as well congratulated Prime Minister Modi on completing 23 glorious years as the head of state at central government as well as state government on the mantra of nation is supreme and welfare of the people is the aim of life. The Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Kiran Rijiju, congratulated Prime Minister Modi and said that his journey is more than just governance. It's about touching lives, uplifting communities, and building a stronger India for generations to come. Counting for the recently held assembly elections in the North Indian state of Haryana and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir will be held on Tuesday. The Election Commission of India has made elaborate arrangements for the counting of votes in Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. The single phase of polling for 90 assembly constituencies in Haryana was held on October 5th across more than 20,000 polling stations and recorded a final voter turnout of 65.65%. And counting of votes is also set to take place for 90 Jammu and Kashmir assembly seats on Tuesday. The BJP has expressed confidence over getting an absolute majority in the House on the basis of the work done over the last 10 years and also since the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019. The Jammu and Kashmir BJP leader Shujat Rizvi is an advocate and has spoken to DD India's Gautam Roy that the people are backing the BJP this time round, he says, and that the members nominated by the Lieutenant Governor will have no role in the government formation process. Let's listen.
Anticipation is building up in Jammu and Kashmir after the three-phase elections for the first time after the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A as to what sort of results will they bring forth? We have the BJP Saeed Sujat Rizvi advocate with us to talk about it. What kind of confidence do you have in terms of how the BJP will fare?
Yeah, we are very much sure because we have worked for the people here, especially in Kashmir. So we are very much sure we will make an independent government here in this union territory of Jammu and Kashmir.
And there is a lot of different demands being made, especially by people like Engineer Nasheed, that till the time statehood is not restored in Jammu and Kashmir, no party or no alliance should form a government. What do you make of that sort of a call?
It has already been said by our party open in the parliament that once the time will come, the statehood will be given to this union territory in Jammu and Kashmir.
A lot of your opponents are also saying that the provision of nomination of 5 members of different categories by the LG could or have a role in the government formation process. Is that merely speculation, or is there some truth to it? Could the effective strength of the House be 95 instead of 90?
See, the BJP has taken care of everything and everyone here in Jammu and Kashmir, and this is one that 5 these legislative members in the induction of these members can be taken, but that too is possible after once the government is being made and run by us.
Right. Mr. Rizvi, thank you for speaking to DD India. There you have it. The BJP saying that it's confident that it can form the government, a historic government in Jammu and Kashmir, and then grant statehood to J&K as well. And in that process, as far as the 5 nominated members by the LG is concerned, they will not have a role. That can only happen after the government has been formed in Jammu and Kashmir. With camera person Lalit Kumar, Gautam Roy, Srinagar, DD India.
A 3-tier security system has been put in place for counting in Jammu and Kashmir following the 3-phased assembly elections. Nearly 64% voter turnout was recorded in the election, and now all eyes will be on the counting process to find out what kind of result emerges on the 90 seats, almost all of which witnessed a multi-cornered contest. Here's Gautam Roy with the report.
This is the Sher-e-Kashmir International Conference Centre, one of the 20 counting centres which have been put in place in Jammu and Kashmir for the counting of votes on Tuesday. 90 seats in 3 phases went to polls here, and all the 90 seats will be counted. And for these counting of seats and votes, all the necessary security and other arrangements have been put in place. We've been informed that there's a 3-tier security system involving central paramilitary forces as well as state armed police and state police, and everything will be ensured that the process of counting is free and fair and without any interference. As you can see, security personnel are already in place. The gates are shut. Only authorized personnel are allowed to have access to this place, and even media will only be allowed inside once the counting process has been initiated and not before that. A lot of anticipation is also built up in Jammu and Kashmir as far as these results are concerned. Remember, assembly elections have taken place in this region after 10 years and 5 years after the abrogation of Article 370, which gave Jammu and Kashmir a union territory status. A lot of development work is taking place in that period. There is a relative peace here as well. Tourism is heading towards its peak. So a lot of things that the people here have had to consider to really look at all their options in terms of the multiple forces, the parties, political parties and alliances which have been seeking their attention and their support. And we'll get to know the result on Tuesday. With camera person Lalit Kumar, Gautam Roy, Srinagar, DD India.
Indeed, and also a very high voter turnout for Jammu and Kashmir. And now, as counting for the 90 assembly constituencies in Haryana begins on October 8, the Chief Electoral Officer Pankaj Agarwal, in a conversation with DD India, stated that all necessary arrangements have been put in place. He expressed confidence that the counting process will proceed smoothly and also assured that robust security measures are in place.
The counting of the votes for the Haryana Vidhan Sabha election will be held tomorrow from 8 a.m. onwards. Initially at 8 a.m. the counting of the postal ballots will be started, and after half an hour, that around 8:30 a.m. the counting of the votes polled in the EVM will be done. For that, in Haryana there are 90 assembly constituencies for which 93 counting halls has been prepared for counting of the EVM votes polled in EVM and the postal ballot papers. And the security arrangement, as you are already aware, that after the polling held on 5th, the polled EVMs are kept in the strong room, which is guarded by a three-tier security plan.
Still to come here on DD India Live. Blast near Karachi airport kills 2 Chinese nationals. US scientists Victor Ambrose and Gary Ruvkun, they won the 2024 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. And Hurricane Milton is going to hit Florida coast on Wednesday. All preparations are being made there. Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the economic brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Mark Lynn. Now, in the latest escalation of tensions in West Asia, Hezbollah have fired rockets into northern Israel from Sunday night into Monday morning. Another barrage of Hezbollah rockets late on Sunday got past Israeli air defense systems and landed in Haifa. That's Israel's third largest city, causing casualties and damaging buildings. Well, on October 7 last year, that's 2023, Israel saw an attack which is difficult to define in words. Some people call it raw, heinous, barbaric, still not apt perhaps. A terrorist group, Hamas, had entered Israel and attacked and killed the civilian population wherever they could find them. People were screaming, running, trying to hide, and they returned to Gaza as well. That's the terrorists taking with them hostages. The terrorists had entered the homes of people, not even sparing children as small as 1 year old, a 1 year old baby. And it was not just the Israelis who were reeling from the shock of that unexpected attack. Here's Aarti Rana's report putting it into context.
October 7th, 2023 will always be remembered for one of the world's deadliest terror attacks. On that day, Hamas terrorists stormed across the border from Gaza into Israel in what would become the worst attack in the country's history. At the end of the Jewish holiday of Sukkot, the terrorists launched their assault by land, air, and sea. They had actually managed to penetrate what was always thought to be a fortress with ease. A year later, the confirmed death toll from the attack, including hostages killed in captivity, has reached 1,205 on the Israeli side. Terrorists abducted 251 hostages on October 7th, 97 of whom are still captive in Gaza. 33 hostages are dead. It was the first invasion of Israeli territory since the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. The governments all over the world denounced the attack and described it as terrorism, while some Arab and Muslim majority countries blamed Israel as the root cause of the attack. In the week following October 7, the Israeli Air Force dropped 6,000 bombs on Gaza. A complete siege was ordered. And by October 27th, Israel had begun a full-scale ground operation in Gaza. The impact of the conflict spread as other regional groups began attacks in what they called solidarity with the Palestinians. Houthi rebels in Yemen began launching attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea, disrupting a key global trade route. Global concerns over a wider conflict grew when a strike hit the Iranian consulate in Syria, killing 16 people. And tensions rose again when Hamas political leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed in Tehran while attending the funeral of Iran's former president. By the middle of September, Israel declared a new goal of the war: to return roughly 60,000 Israeli citizens displaced due to Hezbollah rockets in the northern part of the country. Days later, a coordinated attack on Hezbollah pagers and walkie-talkies across Lebanon killed 37 and injured nearly 3,000. Bombings and air strikes across Lebanon followed, killing hundreds, including Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah.
Well, in Pakistan, at least 2 Chinese nationals were killed and several others injured in a massive explosion outside Karachi airport. The Balochistan Liberation Army has claimed responsibility for the attack. In a statement, the separatist group said that the attack was targeted at Chinese nationals, including engineers, and was carried out using a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif condemned this attack and vowed to ensure security for Chinese nationals. The Chinese embassy said that the convoy from the Port Qasim Electric Power company, it was attacked near Karachi, and the attack happened late on Sunday. U.S. scientists Victor Ambrose and Gary Ruvkun won the 2024 Nobel Prize in Physiology for the discovery of microRNA and its role in gene regulation. The Nobel Assembly said in a statement that the laureates discovered the new class of tiny RNA molecules which play a crucial role in gene regulation. Their discoveries help explain how complex life emerged on Earth and how the human body is made of a wide variety of different tissues. Florida's Gulf Coast residents are bracing for another powerful storm, the Hurricane Milton, which will make landfall on Wednesday. Just weeks after Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Milton is now intensifying in the Gulf of Mexico. It could make landfall as a Category 4 or 5 storm, with surges expected to exceed 10 feet. Well, on the 5th day of Navratri, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared beautiful visuals of the celebration of this festival on social media platform X. Let's leave you with these beautiful visuals. Thanks very much for watching. Namaskar.
Vande vanchita kamarthe chandrardha krita shekharam simharudha chaturbhuja skandamata yashaswini shiva prabha samujjwalam sphurat shubhang shekharam lalat ratna bhaskaram Jagat Pradeep Bhaskaram Mahendra Kashyapaachitam Sanat Kumar Sanstutam Sura Surendra Vanditam Yatharth Nirmaladbhutam